So the main Bowflex question that I get is, can I build muscle using a Bowflex? We're gonna talk about that today. Do me a favor, if you find this video to be helpful, please hit like on it and maybe even the subscribe. I do these types of videos and other health and fitness videos several times per week, so if you'd hit that like button and maybe even the subscribe button too, would very much be appreciated. So can using a Bowflex machine like the one behind me, can you gain muscle by using a machine like this? So let's take a step back first and figure out, well, what is a Bowflex in reality? It's just a cable resistance machine. Now, if you go to your local gym where they have a bunch of free weights, they will also have cable resistance machines. And if you see who is using those machines, there are all sorts of people of different physiques using those machines, including people that have good muscle and have built good muscle. So that's the first thing. There's this old adage of, if you want to be rich, do what rich people do. If you want to be skinny, do what skinny people do. And this is the same thing. Like, when you see people that are succeeding with their physical form, you know, they put on some good muscle, and you see them using those machines, they have taken time to build that physique that they have. And obviously, if they're using those machines, that means resistance cables have been part of that routine. So they would not be using those if it was not effective. So that's the first thing is, if people are doing it and they have a physique that you would like, then you should probably go ahead and do that too. Another thing to keep in mind here is really all workouts are resistance, whether it's free weights, whether it's machines like this, anything that causes you, if you're doing a bicep pull-up or curl, it's resisting your desire to pull that up, right? So everything in its own way is a resistance workout. So I think that stuff like this, bands and cable machines, get a little bit of a bad rap because they'll say, well, resistance is not as good. But in reality, everything is resistance. Now, there are absolutely studies that say that by doing free weights, you're actually going to be using more muscle and it's going to take more effort to use free weights than it is a machine. And I am 100% on board with that. One of the things is, let's say if you're standing up at the gym and you're doing bicep curls, or if you're doing squats, well, you are engaging now a bunch of other muscles because you're simply standing. You have to support yourself. Your core is doing some things. If you're squatting, your legs are doing stuff. You're supporting yourself with your core muscles. If you're sitting on a machine like this, you're not engaging nearly as many muscles as you would if you were doing free weights. If you're standing somewhere and holding things, right? It's just a different type of workout. You are definitely using more muscles and muscle groups by using free weights than you would be on a machine like this. But it all comes down to effort. I've seen guys using free weights with absolutely no muscle at all, and partly because they're just sitting in there on their phone at the gym more than anything else. And I have seen examples of people using predominantly resistance cables that have built muscle. It's because of effort, right? I would much rather put a lot of effort into something, even though it may not be the quote unquote the best way of doing something. The best way ultimately comes down, well, what are you going to put the effort into, right? What is that saying? The one that works best is the one that you're actually going to use. And in this case, the one we're going to use is the one that we're going to put the most effort into. We want to make sure that whatever it is we do, whether it's free weights or whether it's cable resistance bands or machines like the Bowflex, it's all going to come down to effort. And the last thing I wanted to mention here is, variety is the spice of life, right? You don't really want to ever do one thing of anything. That's why they say a well-balanced diet is best for you. You can't just eat bananas. I mean, I guess you could, but you really need to have other things mixed in there for a complete nutrition. If you work out only like your right arm and you work out nothing else at the gym, you're gonna look stupid. It's not a full body, it's not comprehensive. You need to be able to do sort of a mix of several things. If you only drink one type of drink for the rest of your life, you're going to get tired of that particular drink. And working out, the type of workouts you do, that's where the key is as well. Like, you wanna make sure not that just that you're doing a variety of exercises to make sure to hit different types, different parts of your body and different muscle groups, but you also want to make sure you're doing different types of workouts, like mix in resistance, mix in free weights, right? Mix in cardio, keep it healthy, keep it a rotund, if that's the right word to use here. Make it comprehensive so that you're kind of hitting a little bit of everything. But you might be in a situation where you don't have a little bit of everything at your disposal. So whether it's a Bowflex, whether it's free weights, whether it's cardio, it's all gonna come down to effort, right? You can build muscle on any of those things. You can get lean on any of those things as long as you're putting the effort into it. So fret not if you don't have a bunch of tools at your disposal. Frankly, sometimes one tool will get the job done. And eventually you wanna start working your way towards picking up some free weights or joining a cheap local gym or something like that. So that's pretty much all I got for you today. If this was helpful, please hit the like button on it, maybe even the subscribe. I've got a bunch of other Bowflex videos you can watch for different types of workouts and different tips and tricks for getting started on using a Bowflex. It's gonna pop up somewhere on the screen here. Thanks y'all so much for watching. Hit like if this was helpful and maybe even the subscribe. I'll see you on the next Bowflex video. Peace out.